Hello, Kwame.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for
I
having me.
know it took you a while to get there. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
It is what it is.
Okay. To start off, growing up in Columbus, Ohio, did you always feel that acting would be the genre that would expose you, or did you know that you had an inkling for the entertainment business in general?
I definitely did. When I was a kid, my mom and my dad used to take us to the video store all the time. I was very shy as a kid, so my way of fun and my way of expressing myself was by pretending to be other people and watching movies and seeing like these, experiences that I hadn't lived yet. And I knew that in order to keep doing that, I would have to become an actor. So that was around age 5. I definitely knew since then I wanted to do it.
Do you think that was a conscious effort on your parents' part?
I can't say that. My parents are very much, I wouldn't call them, new age, but they very much influenced my brothers and I and my sisters to really figure out what we wanted for ourselves in lives. Whether that be, who we decide to be with, what relationships we decide to get into, what kind of person we want to be. They always wanted us to figure that out for ourselves.
So they were very supportive.
Definitely. Which helps a lot.
Moving to New York, how has that impacted your craft?
A lot. I feel like if you're not ready for it, then you'll definitely get ready for it. You have no choice by being in New York. I did live here for a little bit as a kid, from kindergarten and first grade, before I went back to Ohio. So I had a little experience with the city, but coming back after about, 11 years or so, it was like I had never been here before. I was, I had to learn new things all over again, and I didn't really know a lot about acting before I came here and went to my conservatory. So New York has definitely been an instrumental impact on what I'm doing.
Have you ever tried auditioning for Broadway or something?
I feel like I have not, but if it's in the future, I'll definitely embrace it. I was fortunate to be a part of the first minority cast of Anthony and Cleopatra off Broadway. So I have some, stage experience. But
how was that for you?
That was a very crazy time. There were, at one point 26 people on stage at one time. Everybody has to have their chance to shine, and we have, choreography and musicians and all this stuff on stage. So it was very ambitious. I gained a lot of friendships from that project, I would say, but it was very crazy.
Was it difficult for everyone to try to get their 15 minutes of fame, like while they're on stage, there's so many?
I would say so, because with the script, like you're dealing with, everyone, loves Shakespeare and his impact is, incredible, but like you're dealing with dense words, like very, very thick language. So to get through that and then to, put the aesthetic the director put on it, which is to, spice it up a little bit with his style or whatnot. It was a lot. There were scenes that were cut at the last minute and things like that because we were dealing with the show that kind of timed out at 3 hours. But it was a lot, basically. But it was fun. It was fun, yeah.
And when was this?
This was 2 years ago. This was 2 years ago. I think that was one of the first things I did when I graduated. Yeah.
So that really helped your growth?
It did.
Having a flashback, right?
Yeah, I'm having a very big flashback.
Okay, so
Wow.
I just want to congratulate you on your debut play. It's called Ursula.
Thank you.
And you were nominated for the, make sure I say this right, the Thespis Theater Festival?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay. Your play is called Ursula, so can you give us a little background of why you chose the name and the storyline?
Definitely. So I have always been enamored with actresses from a certain era, way before I was born, like Eartha Kitt and Dorothy Dandridge, Susan Cabot, and I always thought that stories about them, myths, people's hearsay have always been so intriguing, and I thought, that would do very well for a play. And the name came up really out of nowhere. I was watching something on TV and Ursula popped up, and I thought, well, that's always been a really cool name to me.
Okay.
So I said, I'll give this, woman I'm creating a name, it'll be that. And I went home for vacation for a little bit, came back to New York, wrote that out in a week, and submitted it all around.
In a week?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, because the idea had been there for a while.
Okay.
So when I actually, sat myself down and applied myself, then it just came out, like it just came out like this spurt. So yeah, it was about a week. I was a madman, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But I had like this, I'm like, I have to get this out before I forget,
Right. So which aspects of the play are like Dorothy Dandridge, or the kid?
Definitely within who she is. We're dealing with a woman that has an essence that is very larger than life. When she enters the room, everyone knows it. The way she carries herself is very one of a kind. So I would say like certain attributes with those women, I definitely put them into Ursula, but she wasn't that in the beginning. Once you see the story, she was very much a very mousy girl from Brooklyn who had big dreams, but didn't really know how to make those happen before she met her husband, and then she developed this persona that she decided to live her life as.
Which role did you play in Ursula, and describe your character?
Okay. I played Dominic, who, the story is about Ursula's 3 children. They're living in her mansion by themselves. I play the youngest brother. He is an artist, he likes to paint. He's very mild-mannered and soft-spoken. But he's dealing with a lot as far as, his mental health. I wanted to play him because I saw, when I was writing it, I definitely saw a lot of myself within the character as far as, yeah, and I see myself in a lot of the characters in it, but for him specifically, I just felt this calling to, I need to do this. But, I actually, did hold auditions for him because I was not sure.
Right.
But then seeing the people coming in, I'm like, yeah, I have to do this.
Yeah, like that's it.
I have to. But it was definitely weird because I had not done that before, to speak out words that I had written, but I had to approach it like I didn't write it, because I would get too in my head. So I'm just like, I just have to look at the text and just go.
I actually saw a clip online. I thought it was hilarious.
Really?
Yes. Who was your love interest? What's her name?
That's a reel for my school. Her name is Amber Walden. She plays, that's really strange. We play lovers in that, but she actually plays my sister in the play.
Oh, okay.
So that's a different thing, but yeah.
But this is Ursula, the one I'm referring to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought you guys' chemistry was awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was really good. And to be honest, before I hit the play button, I was like, this is gonna be corny. Because it's like, it's your first play, you know what I mean? And
Yes.
it's like,
Yes.
And when I saw it, I was like, this is funny. Especially the line when she's like, you remind me of my father. And you're like, oh, you told me your father was sexually attractive, or something like that. And she's like, well, that's not the part I'm talking about. Something like that. And I was just like, it's very clever. The dialogue was pretty nice.
That was very funny. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
What made you write that particular scene?
Well, I didn't write that one.
Okay.
Yeah, that one was a scene that we did for our school.
Okay.
The play is separate from that.
Okay.
It was online, but it was taken down because we're making it into a feature film now. And we want it to be very fresh for people to see.
Right.
So they don't have any.
Yeah, I did my best to look for it.
I know, a lot of people have. Like, it was there once upon a time, now it's not. So,
I guess it's a good thing for you, though. The more people would actually come out.
Yeah, but it'll be up again once the film comes out and lives its life. It'll definitely be up to be easily accessible.
When do you think the film will be completed?
We start filming next year.
Okay.
Right before fall. We have a very amazing director, Brandon Polanco, who has directed a short film with Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad and everything like that. It's called Writer's Block. He sees such an incredible vision for the movie that I didn't even tap into. He's taken the script and has really dissected it, and he's doing amazing things with it. I just met with him last night. He sees a lot for it, so that's when we're going to get started on it.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is it the same cast?
For the most part, I have taken the actor Austin Michael Young, who plays my older brother, Amber. She's coming back. We love Amber.
Yeah.
There are a few people who are coming back from the play, but for the most part, it's going to be a new take on it.
So when you're casting, how long does that process take?
Well,
To find the right person?
To find the right person,
Yeah.
it can be very, tenuous because it was really necessary for me to see because, as an actor, you go on all these cattle calls and all these auditions and you really are in your mind, you're like, I have to be what they're looking for. I have to do this, I have to do that. But I've noticed by being on the other side of the table that how it's not personal.
Right.
It's either you fit, the part or you don't. It has nothing to do with you being great or being bad. You can be absolutely amazing, but it's just for that particular part, it's just not going to fit. So I noticed that a lot.
Do you normally cast someone, let's say they're coming in for Susie, and you're saying, no, I think you should be someone else. Do you normally do that?
Yes, because that's happened.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely happened. And that stuff is kind of fun, I think. Seeing someone come in like, ready for this.
Right.
You might be better at that. And as an actor, you wish someone could do that for you as well. Yeah, so it's fun. It's not my favorite thing in the world to do. I, rather not be in the audition room because I know how everybody feels. I've been there, but it's definitely interesting.
Do you ever watch a recording or playback of yourself and think, oh, I should have taken that line out or that scene, or especially maybe like after the festival, where you're like, oh, no, I gotta take that out.
I have that feeling all the time. Yeah, it's natural, I feel. It's very weird to see yourself being played back as yourself, but I think it's really, it's interesting. I'm not so weirded out by it, but it's not something I am used to, but I'm aiming to see that more often, obviously. But, yeah, sometimes, I'm like, but not all the time. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Okay, have you been creating anything else after Ursula?
I have. I just completed a short film script called Cerulean. I'm working on that right now with some friends of mine. It's a horror script dealing with a cult. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm also working on another photo project with a mutual friend. Yeah, I'm always working on something. Yes.
You don't like to say I know. Do you find yourself emulating certain actors that have inspired you?
Not really.
Not to the T, but do you see yourself saying things or?
Well, I definitely look up to a lot of people. I really admire Lee Daniels. He's a director,
Right.
but I love what he does. I really admire that. But as far as actors, I think that's a trap to emulate what other people have done because everybody has their individual paths.
Right.
And I want to be the next Kwame Berry. I don't want to be the next anyone else.
Perfect.
So.
By the way, which roles are you most comfortable playing?
Those are not the good ones, I would say. It's always good to play something you're not comfortable doing because that's what acting is, and that's what you need to do. To be comfortable, I would say, I don't know, playing a character close to myself would be the most comfortable thing to do because there's not, that much effort put into
Like Dominic?
Well, Dominic was like me, but there were certain aspects that were so extreme as far as his mental health issues and things like that I had no experience in. So that process wasn't new to me. But yeah, the comfortable roles.
I'll give you 3 names and
Okay.
tell me the first name that comes to mind.
Oh, okay.
Perfectly.
Powerful.
Christian Bale.
Intense.
Yeah, good. I love him. Dwayne Johnson. I say that because he was
Okay. Brawny. Yes. Brawny.
Have you seen the latest?
Oh, Hercules?
Yeah.
I have not. I'd like to see it.
Do you watch movies and say, I could have done a better role?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like, get that thing out of there. I could be better. It's more so if you see yourself in it, you're like, I would love to have done that. Yeah.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5, 10 years?
5, 10 years.
Unless you short it. 2 years.
2 years. Well, I see myself very happy with what I've accomplished. I see Ursula, the film being out there, touching the people that it needs to touch, people hopefully getting inspired by that. and continuing to work and continuing to work out who I am. You know, I'm constantly defining myself. I can never really figure myself out. So.
Can you tell the viewers your Instagram or Facebook?
Definitely. Instagram is my name, Kwame Berry, KWAMEBERY. My Twitter is Halos and TVs put together, HALOS&DTEEVEES, and we have a link there to our fundraising page also, so you can find that there.
Indiegogo, right?
Mm-hmm. No, not Indiegogo. That was in the past. GoFundMe.
GoFundMe?
Yes, GoFundMe. And yeah, my Facebook is my name as well. I'm on